Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Tech Gamers World. In this video, we're going to do some hurricane hunting in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now this is Microsoft Flight Simulator being played on a Microsoft Xbox Series X. And before we get started here, if you could click that like button and subscribe to Tech Gamers World, that would be totally awesome. We're always going to have new and exciting content from the world of video games and flight simulators dropping all the time, and I would love for you to be part of my adventures. So here we are in Microsoft Flight Simulator. Now, Microsoft Flight Simulator does an amazing job of rendering weather based on real-time data imported into this game. So we're going to check out a hurricane. Hurricane Milton is churning its way through the Gulf of Mexico, on track for a direct strike on the west coast of Florida. Now this hurricane is massive, and it keeps teetering between a Category 4 and Category 5 hurricane. So I thought I would check it out here. We'll see what the conditions are like around the hurricane, inside the hurricane, and see if we can get to the eye of the hurricane. So let's get it started. Now to do hurricane hunting in Microsoft Flight Simulator, you need to make sure that your Xbox or your PC is internet connected and the game has internet access, because it needs internet access to pull real-time weather data. So to make a flight here, we want to go ahead and do a free flight. So we're going to go into the world map here. Now here we can see Hurricane Milton churning off the coast of Cancun and on track to head towards Florida. So we need to do three things. First, we need to make sure that our weather is set for real time, which we are set for live weather, live players, and live traffic. Next up is you want to select your plane. Now I like to fly in fighter jets, and one of my favorite fighter jets to fly in is the F-18 Super Hornet. So we're going to select that. Now in the real world, you would never use an F-18 for hurricane hunting. You would use a Gulfstream 4 or any other of the specially purposed planes like a P-3 Orion or anything like that that have very specialized equipment and safety measures necessary to fly into a hurricane. You would not do it in a fighter jet. But because this is a video game and is not real, we're just going to have fun. So we're going to take off here from Cancun Airport. So we'll go ahead here and select runway 30L, so 30L, you'll hear it referenced as. We're going to take off in the Super Hornet. And now we need to select our destination. Now the destination does not need to be perfect. I'm going to set it a little bit past the eye of the storm here and hopes that it gets us there. So with that said, we've set our weather, our airplane, and our arrival and departure and destination. So those three things, we're good to go. Now you can see just how many other people are playing here by the little green dots. Everybody else is checking out this storm as well. If you don't like to see multiplayer, you can go in and turn off the multiplayer nameplates or set it to not show them at all in the weather and game settings. I like to leave it on because I like to see who else is flying around. People fly some pretty cool airplanes, whether they're the generic ones built into the game or the custom ones that you can pay for or design on your own. So we're just waiting up here for the game to load. Getting our clearances.
Departure to the west approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 30 left.
Cleared for takeoff runway 30 left, Techimer 1982 heavy.
So we are cleared for takeoff now, and we're going to taxi out onto the runway here. And as we move out here, get ready to fly. So I'm flying today in a Thrustmaster T.Flight HOTAS 1 flight stick and Thrustmaster T.Flight rudder pedals, which are located down on the floor. If you're interested in the Thrustmaster line of equipment, check out some of my other videos on my YouTube channel. I have a whole playlist dedicated to Microsoft Flight Simulator and lots of videos with the Thrustmaster T.Flight HOTAS 1 flight stick. So, like I expected, we're running into some other multiplayers here who are playing this, so that's alright though. So let's go ahead and let the guy in front of us go. Once he takes off, we'll get going here. There's lots of people here taking off today. So here we are in our F-18. Flaps are set in the takeoff position. Let's release the parking brake. Bring the throttle up to 100%. Engage the afterburner. And we are on our way. We're just going to blow through these planes here. And we are airborne. So let's go ahead and put gear up. We have a positive rate, so we can put the gear up. Now, I'll try not to talk over the... So that's pretty cool. There's another F-18.
Cancun approach tech number 1982 Heavy is type Boeing 3 miles northwest of Cancun, 4,000 feet. Request flight following.
Tech number 1982 Heavy, Cancun approach. Squawk 0215.
Re-engage the afterburners there.
Squawk 0215, tech number 1982 Heavy.
Tech number 1982 Heavy, radar contact 5 miles west of Mike Alpha Foxtrot, 4,600 feet. Altimeter 29.50.
Coming up on Mach 1.
1982 Heavy.
So you can see we passed the speed of sound. I'll show you a sonic boom here.
Tech number 1982 Heavy, contact Meredith Center on 125.2.
There you go. So when you come around like this,
Going to 125.
catch the sonic boom there.
Tech number 1982 Heavy. Meredith Center tech number 1982
Alright.
Heavy, 8,009.
So now that we're at Mach 1,
Tech number 1982 Heavy, Meredith Center altimeter 29.48.
let's start to head towards this storm. So like I said, Hurricane Milton is a massive storm, and we should be able to see it up ahead there. It's always funny when you see other multiplayers flying F-18s and stuff like that into a hurricane. It's so cool. So we're at Mach 1.19.
You are 52 miles west. Descend and maintain flight level 19.
You can see how many people are behind us.
Runway 30 left approach. American 515 Heavy, contact Cancun approach from 124.7. Good day.
So as we start to get closer to Hurricane Milton,
124.7 American 515 Heavy.
we should start to see lightning and better cloud definition. You can see the F-18, and there's a Strike Eagle F-14 there heading towards the hurricane as well. So there's a bunch of F-18s out here. I see two F-18s and one Strike Eagle. And they're all going the same way we are. See some nice views down there. Beautiful ocean. Beautiful beaches.
Southwest 216, you are 42 miles west. Climb and maintain 17,000 feet. Expect vectors. Visual runway 30 left approach.
So we'll go ahead here, lower altitude a little bit.
17,000 feet. Expect vectors. Visual runway 30 left approach Southwest 216.
So as we get closer to the storm, we'll be able to see the wall of the storm, which it looks like you can see up ahead there. And my goal here is to fly, see if I can fly straight through it, see some cool lightning, maybe pick up some rain, get to the eye of the storm. So we're 66 nautical miles away from our destination, which I approximated a little bit past the eye of the storm. Should start to see some lightning here soon. Let's see what the ceiling looks like. So the ceiling is the bottom of the cloud level, how high it is. So how high off the ground is the bottom of the clouds. So when they say the ceiling is 2,000 feet, that means at 2,000 feet you hit the clouds. So right now I'm seeing cloud cover, light cloud cover, 2,000 feet. There's some nice cloud formations up ahead there. We're getting into the meat of the storm soon. Look how many people are flying around up there. It's going to be busy once we get to the eye of the storm. So we haven't seen any lightning yet. So like I said, this storm is Hurricane Milton, and it's scheduled to hit the west coast of Florida sometime within the next 2 days, and all the people disappeared. Ah, they're back. There they are. So we're heading into the meat of the storm here. We're at Mach 1.16. Engine's at 100%. Afterburners are on. There goes an F-14 Tomcat at 100,000 feet. I'm not sure how that's... So we're 30 nautical miles away from the center of the storm. And right now everything's surprisingly calm. Usually with these storms you see thunder, you hear thunder and you see lightning. There's so many different types of planes out here. F-22s, F-18s, Vision Jets, F-14, B-350s, H-47s, another F-18. There's an A-20N. Somebody's flying a jumbo jet here. C-700s. What else do I see? C-25Cs. Those are cargo planes. So we might be coming up on the eye of storm soon here. They're coming up on pretty heavy cloud front. Let's take a look at all these clouds. They're crazy. There's a nice shot there. It's clearing a little bit up here. There's a nice cloud cover on this side. Let's fly over here. It looks like it's the eye of the storm. Now, the eye of the storm does not necessarily need to be perfectly defined. It could be whatever it wants to be, but it's generally regarded as the center of the storm. So as you can see here, you can see kind of the cylindrical the storm wall, eye wall over there. Let's fly into some of these clouds here. Can't see a thing. Some nice dense cloud cover here. Gotta watch your altitude because you can drop quickly and not even notice. Here is the storm eye. This is the eye of Hurricane Milton. And look at everybody flying here. So cool. Hello everyone. I see there's got to be at least 30 people flying around here, which is awesome. So let's see if we get some altitude here. Take a look at those storm walls. This is a very well-defined eye. So let's pull up here, we'll bank up. Gain some altitude here. Let's look at all those people flying around. I love seeing fellow flight simulator enthusiasts flying here. So we're going to pass 30,000 feet here shortly. As you can see, as we gain altitude, our forward speed starts to slow. But we should be able to get a little bit of a shot of how massive this storm is. You can see it just goes on for miles. We're going to reach stall speeds soon here. So we're coming up on stall speeds here, so let's go ahead and we'll bring her around. See if we can see some of these cool people playing here. Look how big the eye of the storm is. There's a nice shot. I'm trying to keep my altitude up here in the stall. Keeping it in a stall. Let's re-engage those afterburners. That's so cool. There's just so many people playing here. This eye of the storm is just massive. This is one of the biggest storm eyes I think I've ever flown in. And it's very well defined too. So Hurricane Milton is just a massive storm. Just look at how many people are flying here. So cool. So that's it. We took off from Cancun International Airport, flew through Hurricane Milton, and came up in the eye of this massive hurricane. I hope everybody enjoyed this video. As always, if there's anything you would like to see, please drop a comment down below. Make sure you subscribe and follow Tech Gamers World. We're always going to have new and exciting content in the world of video games and technology and flight simulators dropping all the time. Thanks a lot, everybody, and I will see you around. Keep on gaming.